Hello, YouTube viewers! I am Sandalwood99, and this is the Theginga-nija.
Hello.
And today we're going to be reviewing a wonderful piece of fiction called Watchmen. It's a graphic novel by the same brilliant mind that did V for Vendetta and The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which is actually the weaker of these two pieces, I believe.
Well, I saw the movie of it and it was very good. I loved it.
Well, maybe we could talk about that.
Maybe. But I'd have to see it again because that was a while.
Well, that's true. So, the story of Watchmen takes place in an alternate time stream where vigilantism was legal for a while.
Yeah.
And then it became illegal, and most people gave up their identities, or they either had to become agents of the government or stop vigilantism, except for Rorschach. However,
You all know who he is.
Walter Kovac.
Kovacs.
Kovac. I don't care. I don't care.
Swearing on the internet.
They swear in my videos all the time. Anyways, except for him, who continues to be a rather badass hero. And it opens with the murder of the comedian.
Edward Blake.
Yep. And it develops from there. It has, parts of it are it's like a conspiracy, parts of it are... There's not a lot of action, which I don't mind, to be honest.
Worked.
I think it works very well. I like a good action sequence every so often, but I think too many of them kind of bore me. I'm like, ooh. What's going on?
They have a good amount.
They do. What would you like to say about it
But
first?
they would have been able to put in a couple more, but
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
I don't care really.
Just saying it's not at the brink of action-packed, obviously. Or
It's
much or not enough.
it's very
good balance.
I think it's very human. Everyone is really they're very well defined and crafted characters, which is always a plus for me. When I first started reading it, there's flipping back and forth between the time streams, and there's a lot of here's a character, let's give you their entire backstory and then move on with the story. And so I'm gonna about 40% of it is backstory. So that takes a little bit to get used to, and there's a lot of characters that pop in and out every so often, and so they take a little while to get used to. But once you kind of become familiar with everyone, then you begin enjoying it a lot more than you did before. Also, they have the... Okay, I gotta say this. The woman has a cigarette, and it looks so fucked up. It's really long and thin, and there's half a sphere at the end. It doesn't look like... I don't know. I've never seen a cigarette like that. I don't know if I'm an ignorant fool.
Like that?
Yeah, I've never seen one like that.
Okay, that's not half a sphere.
Yes, it is. The other half is the tobacco she shoves in there. Isn't it?
No.
Oh. Whatever.
It's an entire glass ball.
Oh. Okay, that makes more sense. So, what is she doing?
That's what she keeps, whatever.
Oh, okay. That makes... Oh, okay. Oh my god, I get it now.
Oh my god, it makes sense.
Brilliant moment.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Talk about a character. Pick a character randomly. We'll talk about them.
Let's say... What the hell?
Dr. Manhattan. Let's do Dr. Manhattan. He's my favorite.
That.
He's the blue guy, if you've seen the posters for the movie or ever flipped through the book and saw some weird blue guy walking around.
That guy. Yes, he's naked.
Dr. Manhattan is probably one of the most interesting characters I've ever encountered in a piece of fiction. Ever.
Yes, the only all-powerful being or character in which I like.
Yes.
Superman sucks.
His background story is that he worked at a nuclear physicist lab place. They're doing experiments with this field that it's not they invented for the story, but it's a theoretical field that kind of surrounds every object and keeps it held together.
Kind of like gravity.
Kind of like gravity, and they have this machine that rips objects from the field, and he gets caught in the machine, and it tears apart his molecular structure. But he gains crazy powers, and so he's able to reconstruct himself. And
everyone thinks he's dead in that little thing there, because he got blowed up. But then it appears he kind of figured how to reassemble himself, and through that power,
he becomes Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool because not everyone would have been able to do that. Because, you know, anyone gets caught and they're like, oh, I'll just reassemble myself. He had to reassemble himself in the correct order, and it actually took him, like, a couple of weeks in order to do
Quite
so.
some time, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, one of the biggest reasons he's so interesting is because he's not doesn't exist on the same, he's not the same type of creature that we are. He experiences time all at once. So the same way that...
He is... Okay, I don't know how many dimensions there are, but let's just say we're four-dimensional creatures.
We are.
With length, time, and height, whatever.
Yeah.
Where he's only 3. He experiences every moment
in time
of his life.
At once.
Yeah, at once. It keeps flipping through that, and if you don't know that, it'll be really confusing.
I don't even remember being told that. I just remember knowing that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't remember where it told me that. I think it does in that weird little... There's like a... In between the chapters, there's like these little fictitious magazine articles. So I think it tells you that in this, if you read through this. Wait, what?
Oh.
This little thing. Dr. Manhattan's superpowers and the superpowers. So it's so well written. Because the problem with omnipotent characters is everything they do almost becomes arbitrary and unnecessary. Like when I'm watching Superman, I'm like, hey, why don't you just go kill him? Why don't you just melt him with your laser vision?
Yeah.
Why do you care about anything? And in this one, you have that same feeling, why do you care about anything? And then you realize, oh my god, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't care about anything. And he doesn't sometimes he comes across as being a douchebag, but then you realize he's not. He's just...
He sees everything for their molecular structure, so he feels the same way about Mars as he does about Earth. In fact, he likes Mars better because he's not hated there.
Exactly. And
right.
he feels the same way about people as he does about any species of life or any sort of cosmic abnormality.
For instance, his wife in it...
Keep talking.
For instance, his wife in it, at one point, gives him a gold ring, and he says, oh yeah, I like this. It has a nice, perfect grid structure.
Yeah.
For the molecular.
Did you know, as a random fact of the day, the only place gold is formed is inside supernovas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cool fact.
And now you know.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power! Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One of the other main characters is Night Owl.
Yes.
Who, at first, he comes across he's almost like Batman. He's kind of rich and he has like this bat cave.
I won't say he's rich.
Well, he's well off.
Somewhat.
And he has a little basement where he has all his stuff and he built it all himself and he's trained really hard. And then the more you get to know him, the more you realize the flaws that he has and all that he's done to try to cover up the flaws that he has as a person. And it goes back to what I said. Every single person in this book is just so well crafted, and the psychology of them is outstanding. It's actually what would probably happen to a certain extent if vigilantism was legal. I don't think no one would become Dr. Manhattan for obvious reasons, but a lot of the psychological effects, you can see them. At first you meet the people and you're like, oh, you're a superhero, okay, I'm going to settle in and watch a superhero movie, and then it goes deeper and deeper into their minds and you realize these people are really disturbed, and I can't look at superheroes the same way ever again, because I'm just like, man, you must be a tortured and terrified soul deep within.
Could it be a vigilante?
You know what? Vigilante superhero, you're splitting hairs.
What?
Whatever, I don't care. There's no distinction.
Batman's a vigilante.
And a superhero. Batman is my favorite. Heart.
No, Batman's a vigilante. Spider-Man's a superhero because he has superhuman powers.
Keep talking.
Batman just has kind of, devices and such. But it's awesome. Like Rorschach, he's a vigilante, obviously.
He is.
Because he uses...
Rorschach is also an interesting character. Everyone likes him. I found him very abrasive and mean. And I know he's supposed to be abrasive and mean.
I like him blunt and just...
He pushes everyone away from him, and in doing that, he pushed me as a reader away from him. And I didn't care. And even when... Spoiler alert. Even when he got arrested and goes to the the psychologist place, the psychoanalytic. What the hell am I trying to say? The psychological analysis.
Whatever. You know what it is.
When he goes there, even then, I didn't really care that much. I was just sort of like, oh, that's interesting. And then you got a backstory, and I was kind of like, oh, I guess that's kind of... But I didn't care. I didn't care about him overly. I'm sorry. Everyone loves him, but I don't. I didn't care. He pushed me away, and it was too late to save my feelings for him by the time his backstory came around. It didn't really affect the overall thing of my score of the story, because it wasn't like he was really mean and abrasive and they didn't make any reference to it, because all the characters were totally like, you are taking this too seriously, you need to lighten up, you're crazy, you're abrasive and mean. And so, clearly he's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
What's the chick's name? She's like the Silver Spectre or something?
Yeah.
We'll talk about her now. She was forced into vigilantism by her mother, who was a member of the original Watchmen, and then got raped
The
by...
Minutemen.
And then got raped by the comedian.
Yes.
You know what? The comedian was another character I didn't fully understand. I felt like there was more to him than they put in the story, and I couldn't
Why?
get it. I feel like he was really close to just being a weird sociopath, and I didn't understand how he had gotten to that point. Because he's a terrible person, and not only just because he rapes a woman, but because he's just really violent. And I don't remember if they put it in there, but I don't remember reading anything that, told me why he had gotten there.
Why he's like that?
Yeah, like, why is he like that?
I don't know, just that, I guess.
He's just crazy.
There's no real
He's just
backstory.
crazy. He's crazy, man. But he's dead at the beginning, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, kill your favorite character, so.
Huh?
Or least favorite, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Whatever you prefer.
No, it's not actually what I do when I write. I kill off people when their time comes. Then they listen.
Yes.
We got...
And they need to go meet them.
Oh yeah, they changed the YouTube rules. You can have up to 15 minutes now. See,
What?
We're at 13 minutes now, so we got like 2 minutes.
That's good.
It is good. Because we'd be in trouble. We'd be splitting this video, and then people would be like, wow, these guys are just ranting on forever. I don't like them.
Aww.
Go watch the double rainbow. That's... My God.
I've never seen that.
Nor have I. We just made a reference to something we don't even know. We're getting off topic.
Someone comment about that and tell us.
Tell us.
Also post the link, because I'm too lazy to search it.
No one's gonna do that, Matthew.
Well, they should. Do it.
Do it for the Ginger-Ninja. Do it for him.
Ninja.
Do it for him. Oh my God. Okay.
What?
I just said do it for him. I am so immature. Do you all like my haircut? I like it. Okay, we're gonna give this a score now.
What to say to you?
We're gonna give this a score now. You're gonna go first. Watchmen, the graphic novel.
9.5.
I didn't like it quite that much. I'm only gonna give it an 8.5. Amazing graphic novel, though.
Amazing.
Incidentally, only the second one I've read. The first one I read was Batman, A Serious House on Serious Earth. And that one just fucked me up. I was like, what is going on? And I felt cold and everything was numb. It was weird. I'm gonna go stop the video now.
Fair
See you
enough.
later.
Goodbye!